everyone! My name is Matthew the Math Cat, and I'm in school, just like you. I'm learning math. I'm learning with bar models. Want to join me? This week, we're learning all about division. We're continuing from last week with a whole new set of questions so that we can get really good at division questions. Want to join? Great! Let's go! Hello, everyone. Welcome to math class. Welcome, Matthew. And welcome, all of you. We are going to be continuing learning division with bar models. We're going to try a whole new set of questions, and we're even going to try a whole different type of question. So let's review from last time. There are a few different types of division questions you might see that you can solve with bar models. The first is if you know the total and you know how many groups you're dividing your total into. You just don't know the number per group. The next is that you're dividing a total into groups of a certain number. So you know how many are in each group, but you don't know how many groups you're going to end up making. There's one more type of question. These are whole part models. They deal with one total that's divided into groups. But what happens if you have a comparison model? With a comparison model, you'll have two different subjects. Maybe they're people, maybe they're types of fruit, they can be anything. And you're comparing the number in one subject to the number in the other. And when it comes to a division model, the number in the one is going to be a certain number of times as many as the other one. Very similar to multiplication, except in this case, you're taking a total and dividing it into the groups, instead of calculating the total with multiplication. You're comparing two things where one is a certain number of times as many as the other, and the number of boxes is the number of times as many. So in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. Subject 1 is 5 times as many as subject 2. Okay, let's try a few questions and see how this all works out. Let's read our first question together. Matthew, would you like to read it? Sure, Mom. Emily baked 88 tarts. She distributed her tarts to her friends. Each of her friends received 8 tarts. How many friends did Emily give her tarts to? All right, good job. Now let's figure out what kind of model this is. Is it a comparison model? Do we have two subjects with different totals that we're dealing with? Or are we simply talking about one subject with her total number of tarts? Well, I know she has friends, but Emily's the only one with a big total. That's right, we are dealing with one big total, so we are doing a whole part model. Now, do we know the number of groups, in this case, the number of friends, or do we know the number in each group? In this case, the number of tarts that each friend gets. Let's see if I can find a number in this question. Emily baked 88 tarts. Okay, that's our total. She distributed her tarts to her friends. Okay. Each of her friends received 8 tarts. How many friends did Emily give her tarts to? So we don't know how many friends she has, but we do know that 8 tarts was how much each one received. That's right. So we're going to do a model where we have an unknown number of groups, but we know the amount in each group. Let's draw out our model. Okay, so I am going to make our first box here. I'm going to put dot, dot, dot all along here so that we know that we don't actually know how many boxes this is. But we do know that each box gets 8. And we know that our total is 88 tarts. Okay, so Matthew, how can we figure out how many boxes or how many friends we'd get out of 88 if we put them into groups of 8? Or how many groups of 8 fit into 88? How many groups of 8 fit into 88? Well, that sounds like division and multiplication. That's right, we are doing division, but we can also use multiplication to help us solve for the answer. So Matthew, what would our division sentence be? Well, with division, I know that you take your big total, good, keep going, and you divide it by the number that you have, either the number of boxes or the number in each box. So 8 equals, so 88 divided by 8 equals, that's kind of tricky. Maybe I will use multiplication to help me figure it out. 8 times what number is going to give me 88? Or how many times do I have to count by 8 in order to get to 88? Oh boy, this is actually one of my favorite multiplication tables. It's the double-digit one, because this is 88. They're both 8s. What multiplication table do I know that makes the number repeat itself? Do you know? It's the 11s. 8 times 11 equals 88. So that must be my answer from my division sentence. Right? That is correct. She would have given her tarts to 11 friends. Let's write a little sentence to say that. Emily gave her tarts to 11 friends. Great job! How about you try one on your own? All right, let's read the question. Sharon bought a total of 18 pencils. She put them equally into 3 pencil boxes. How many pencils did she put into each pencil box? All right, are we comparing 2 different totals, or are we taking one total and dividing it up? Yeah, we're taking one total and dividing it up. So we're going to use a whole part model. Now, do we know how many are in each group, or do we know how many groups there are? Let's take another look. She put them equally in 3 pencil boxes. Do we know how many boxes there are, or how many are in each box? We know that there's 3 boxes. That's right. So let's write out our bar model. $18 is her total, and she put them into 3 boxes. So, what's my number sentence? It's going to be division. I'm going to take my total divided by the number I know, and that's going to give me my answer. So what's my total? How many pencils in total? 18, that's right. And what number do I know? The number of pencil boxes or the number of pencils in each box? Yeah, we don't know the number in each box yet, but we do know the number of boxes. 3. Okay, can you do 18 divided by 3? Let's think about its multiplication backwards counterpart and see if we can figure it out that way. How many times does 3 go into 18? How many times do we have to count by 3 to get to 18? Or how many 3's fit into 18? 3 times what is 18? 6, you got it! So 18 divided by 3 is 6. So let's write that as a statement. She put 6 in each box. All right, and we can even put that into our model if we'd like to. 6. Great, good job. Are you ready to try another one?